Hey everyone, this is an introduction to our May-June course, which was called Lead, is now called Change, because I felt that we need to keep coming back to the real origin. So before we even start thinking about leadership and influence and impact, we have to understand, first of all, where reality comes from, really. How all of this appears, including this idea of ourselves and other people, events and circumstances. So the course really is going to look at the source of all things. And it's going to be quite a personal, individual, we could say, exploration of the layers of conditioning, really, the layers of belief and association and meaning and really lack, insecurity, fear, anger, that create this this sense of identity, this concept of what we are. And yes, we could just say, well, it's just a concept, it's not true, it doesn't need looking at. But in my experience in working with hundreds of people now, the whole way reality appears, everything about the way reality appears, is making visible, making transparent the the contractions and the wounds to the self, really, we could say, the pivotal moments where something was believed, something about danger or lack, or things that we should be, or things that we have to try and stabilize in the world to be okay, things where we think we'll find our salvation, our happiness, our freedom. The way reality appears is revealing that over and over and over again. And we can ignore it, we can push it away, we can put nice spiritual words over the top of it. But in doing so, we miss the enormous gift that every moment is providing in terms of allowing and healing, acknowledging, honoring everything that has led up to this moment, everything that is creating this version of ourselves in this way, creating this version of the world, creating this idea of limitation and lack and stuckness and insecurity and effort and resistance and seeking, all of these things. There's continual healing available, continual realigning is possible, and we miss it. We miss it if either we're just stuck in the story, playing out the old scripts, playing out the old identity and them and me, or we're not ready and we push it away, we deny it, and we find some nice words to gloss over the top of it, or we hang out in a space of absolute love, absolute inclusivity, absolute openness to whatever comes to mind, and we get still within, and we see what is available now, what there's readiness for. And this is our maturity, really. This is our evolution. And it's our evolution as the source of everything. And this is what's so beautiful. This is where change comes from. Change can't come from unquestioned beliefs. It can't come from a fixed and rigid idea that the world is separate. Can't come from a lifetime of defending this identity and its beliefs. Can't come from that. That all that does is just replicate it, and we just live this eternal Groundhog Day, really, of never ending evidence as to why that story is true. So when we want to look properly at change, this is what we do now. We take a good old deep breath, and we look at how reality is appearing, at what where we seem stuck, where when things are an issue, where there's conflict, where there's sense of isolation. And it's through that presence to that, through it, that the world transforms, that we transform. It's amazing, truly. This is the source of the entire reality of our existence. Why would we do anything else ever apart from look at this before we do anything? Before we go on any diet, before we launch any new program, before we take any promotion, before we have any conversation, go here first of all, because this is the end of the script. It's the end of the film, the end of the eternal play out that is only ever coming from projected belief, a projected idea of what's true, an unquestioned story that's been ingrained and which has just been built on time after time, the evidence collecting mind just furnishing that story. And then from within that, we try to create change. We try to change ourselves, or we try to change other people. How could that ever happen when there's no space, there's no sanity even? It's entire delusion. Yeah. So I hope you'll join us in May and June. It's 2 months. There's a recording every 3 days. There's 9 webinars. There's opportunity to have one-to-one recorded conversations about anything in your life you'd like to change, so that we can really look at that, see how reality is offering up the space to really can see what's true. There's a Facebook group, and there's a great offer on subliminal recordings as well, which are half price for anyone who's doing the program, because it seems to me so powerful to do both, to have the conversation at a sort of conscious intellectual level, and to also support the inquiry with a personal, bespoke, like 30 or 40 subliminal statements that go underneath that conscious resistance, that go underneath the story and elevate the truth of what we are, so that it becomes more and more and more obvious, more and more the only thing. So yes, I hope you'll join us for that. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And otherwise, see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.